Hi beauties, it's Jean Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper, and today we are going to make a beautiful rainbow colored card. So let me go ahead and show you. We're going to do some blending today. This was the card that I made for my swap, and so I've got a piece of basic white. This is thick cardstock, and what you're going to do is we're going to have this cut at 4 by 5 1/4, so it's a 1/4 inch shy of a standard card, but that's going to give us a great border. I'll move this out of the way so you can get the September host code, and then of course anything you see, if you'd like, you could always purchase at jeanpiersanti.stampinup.net. I'm going to be using 3 colors: Bumblebee, Pacific Point, and Poppy Parade. And let me go ahead, I'm just going to get a scrap piece of paper. This is a piece that I was using for something else, but I don't want to dirty this piece of paper all up because I already wrote my host code on it. So we're going to start with the Bumblebee, and we're going to use that for the yellow. You could use any color of yellow. Daffodil Delight would be pretty. The So Saffron, that would be if you're going for a lighter color. And my blending brushes, you can tell that one's blue, but I also have, I put some red washi tape for my reds, and I put a little yellow piece of ribbon for my yellows, so I know that this is my yellows, my reds, and my blues. So we're going to start with the yellow, and we're going to just dip that into the Bumblebee there, and we're going to start off the page here. So as we start, we're just going to go, and we are going to go right down the middle, and you can see that it's darker. That's okay. Don't worry about that at all. We're going to go on this side, and we're going to get some darkness there, and we're going to really move this up and down the page. We're going to go up about a 1/4 there, and we're going to go down about a 1/4 here, and you're just going to keep blending in. And again, don't worry about the colors, if it's bright or not. We're gonna just keep going until we get what we want. Again, we're going up the page, we're going down the page, and it's like, oh well, there's these darks and there's these lights. No, don't worry about that. We're gonna move it all around, and then when we bring those other colors in, it's gonna just work out so nicely and give it a great textured look. So I've got the yellow done. I'm gonna put that away for the time being. I may come back to it. Next, we're gonna grab our Pacific Point, and that's gonna be our blue. So we're gonna take the blue, and we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna move that up just a little bit, start off the card, and we're gonna do the same thing. Now see, as I blend those two together, that green is coming out, because of course yellow and blue make green, right? So we're just gonna keep on doing that. Again, don't worry about all the little bits that are looking like, oh, those are really dark. That is okay. It's gonna give you that character that you're looking for. And I'm just going to turn this sideways, and we're going to start blending this in. Just keep blending it in and get that green showing. And you don't want it to go straight across in lines. You want it to be blended in. So you are okay with some of it being higher, lower, higher, however you want. And then we're just going to blend that down like that, and look at that. Isn't that pretty? So now we've got our blues done. We've got our blue, our green, our yellow. Let's make some orange and some red. And we're going to do that by using the Poppy Parade. So I grabbed my Poppy Parade. We're going to do the same thing, and I think turning it sideways helped a little bit for me. And we're going to go off that page, and here we go into that Poppy Parade. We're going to work the bottom and get that red color going. And then we're going to start moving it up. And as we move up, you'll see that orange start to come into play. Right? Do you see that orange pulling out there? I'm going to get a little bit more red going on down here. And some orange, and now we have that full spectrum. Now, if you wanted to, I'm having trouble with this. There we go. You could do the whole spectrum. You can put some violet in there if you want to and just make this a full card. But now I've got the base, and remember it is, or not the base, but this layer. And I'm going to grab, I don't know why I didn't grab it earlier, I am going to grab a base. The base is going to be just basic white, and it is cut in half, and then we're going to score that right in half. Fold that there, get that all lined up, and now we've got our base. And the base is just this brilliant white, right? The basic white. It's just so nice and sharp. And then against those colors, look at that pop. So we're going to have a nice white base around it. And what I'm going to use is these guys. This is the Scalloped Contours dies. I'm going to pick two that I want to use. So I don't, just depending on the sizes that you want. There's so many you can choose from. And I have already been using this. So you're going to want to put that one down there in the center of your card. Make sure that you have a nice border right around there and that is all kind of symmetrical. Then you're going to take this one and you're going to put it on the inside. Again, making sure your bottoms match up. I just take some Post-it note tape or washi tape. This is what I use. Just Post-it note label tape. You can see I made 7 more other cards, so this one's kind of getting torn up, but that's okay, it works. You're going to run that through your cutting machine, and this is what you're going to get. So you've got your outside base, you've got the center piece there, and then you've got this piece there. Look at this. We're going to take this center piece and we're going to save that for future cards. So now I've got all these. Remember I told you I did 7 of them? So now I have all of these other bases left, or layers that I could use on a future card, because we're only going to use these 2. So now this is what we're going to do. I've got these 2 pieces, and you can use dimensionals, you can use the long strips of, let me see if I have any within reach. I have the sheets. Well, it looks like I only have the sheets. So we're going to use these guys here. We're just going to use the dimensionals, and we'll put them in the corner of each corner there. And then what I like to do is take my old pieces or the sides here, and you can cut them. You can cut them down the center, or you can cut one whole sheet down the center to get some half pieces. And then you're going to put those half pieces right here, because the full pieces are going to kind of go over the edge, right? So you can see there's just little half pieces there. Of course, I could get out my mini dots, but or my mini dimensionals, but I thought I would show you, because some people don't want to buy all the different sizes. Now I put this on crooked, so that's my own fault, because you know, I'm going to make the error first so you don't have to. And we're just going to cut that off. No problem. Okay. I'm cutting it off. I don't want to cut myself. I did that during a class last week. I had to leave the class so I can get my Band-Aid. So I got my take your pick tool. I'm just going to pop these guys off. And I do want to tell you, the stamping dimensionals from Paper Pumpkin are a little bit thicker than the Stampin' Dimensionals that we sell. I don't know if it's every time or if it's just certain times, but I noticed that some of my Paper Pumpkins are not the same size. So you're going to want to line this up with the edges. Give yourself a nice white border. And it's raised up. We're going to do the same thing here. I just put 4 of them. You could put 5 or 6 to really get it, but it's okay. These are coming off really easy. There we go. And then you're going to line this one up and you're going to give yourself that white border. Isn't that cool? So now you've got dimension and this all lines up. So we're done with this part. I'm going to put these away real quick. And I'm going to leave that tape on there for future use. The next thing we're going to do is grab, I'm using the Sunny Sentiments, and this says, I know we've been out of touch, but I think of you more often than you know. You could use any of these, and you can emboss right on here. How cute would that be to say a happy hello on this piece right here, embossed in like black or white? So I'm going to take this piece, and for not lack of time, but to speed it up, I've already stamped it and embossed it. And then I did it in white on a black piece of paper. And if you look at the quote, it says, I know we've been out of touch, but I think about you more often than you know. I did not want all of that information. All I wanted on here was, I think about you more often than you know. So I took my scissors and just trimmed away. Right here, I cut off the butt, so it just starts at I think about you. And then on this one, I cut at an angle just to give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a thin strip right on here. I'm going to place that little guy right here, right at the edge, and then straight across, just like that. And so it says, I think about you more often than you know. Well, this is beautiful, but I would like to add a little bit more. So I decided that I would take the Brilliant Wings, the butterfly dies, and in black, cut out a butterfly with one of the die cuts. So I've got that little booger there, and I'm going to tilt his wings up just a little bit, again giving some dimension. So I grabbed the die, ran it through the machine, and now I'm just going to put that right on here. You could use glue dots. I just chose to use the mono liquid glue, so the multi-use glue. And we've got that guy there. And then of course, to finish it off, I'm going to grab my rhinestones here, and we're just going to pop some rhinestones on here. So I'm going to grab a large one and put it here. We'll grab another one that's a medium one and put it there, and then we'll put another one, oh, I don't know, right there in the corner. And then we'll do another larger one kind of right down here. So it kind of just goes up, and then we'll put one more. Oh, I don't know. Either here, because I wanted to do it in like 5s, right? So we'll just put another one right over here. And there you go. You've got your beautiful little pieces there. If you wanted to, you could add some more right in here. 3 little guys would be perfect on there. But there you go. That is your card. Quick and easy. And it just used a couple dies, some blending, and some basic black cardstock. And then a nice little greeting that is embossed. If you don't have the embossing, switch it. Have it be a white piece of paper with your black ink. And that is okay. You cut this little guy out of white or a different color. There are so many variations that you could do. And then if you only want a few colors, you could do a whole sunset. And you don't have to just do this rainbow. You can just choose your colors and your blending brushes. And I believe the blending brushes are coming back very soon if they're not yet out already. So here is your blended card. I hope you like it. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up. If you wanted to purchase anything from my store, it's jeanpersani.stampinup.net. If you share the video, give a thumbs up to the video or subscribe. And make sure you hit that bell button if you do subscribe. That way you don't miss any of my crafts. All right, beauties. Thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful time with me. I had a great time teaching you. And let me know what you think. All right. Leave me a little hello down in the comments, would ya? I'll talk to you later. Bye.